Hi, good evening.
Good evening. Okay, let's start. So, last class, when we read, we actually started reading with the about the lungs and the effect it has on our emotional health. Now, today we will read about how the pair of the lungs, which is the large intestines, how that plays a part onto this and how it that is how do the large intestines holding on to the emotional trauma. So the large intestine, often overlooked in discussion of emotional health, plays a crucial role in reflecting and processing our emotional baggage and unresolved trauma. In traditional medicine, particularly in the context of ancient healing practices, the body is seen as an interconnected system where physical and emotional states are absolutely linked. Now, the large intestines responsible for eliminating waste is also deeply connected to our ability to let go of emotional debris that can accumulate over time. In the Eastern tradition, the large intestine is associated with the element of metal, same as the lungs, which represents grief, sadness, and the ability to transform, and release emotions. When we experience unresolved trauma, the large intestine can become a repository for these emotions, much like how it holds on to waste. This can lead to a variety of physical symptoms, including constipation, bloating, and even more serious conditions like irritable bowel syndrome (IBS) or inflammatory bowel disease, which is IBD. Now, the connection between the emotional trauma and the large intestine dysfunction is well documented in both traditional and modern medicine. For instance, studies have shown that chronic stress and trauma can alter the gut microbiome, leading to inflammation and dysfunction in the digestive system. Now, this is not just a coincidence, it is a reflection of the deep mind body connection that influences our overall health. Emotional states can manifest as physical ailments, and understanding this connection is key to holistic healing. By recognizing that our emotional health directly impacts our physical well being, we can begin to address the root causes of many digestive issues. One of the most profound ways to understand this connection is through the lens of traditional Chinese medicine, which is TCM, which views the large intestine as a critical organ for processing grief and sorrow. In TCM, the large intestine is paired with the lungs, and together they are responsible for the body's ability to let go of what is no longer needed, whether it be physical waste or emotional baggage. Now, this pairing highlights the interconnected nature of the body system and the importance of addressing both physical and emotional health in tandem. The modern lifestyles, characterized by high stress, processed foods, and the disconnect from nature, just enhances these issues. The constant pressure to perform and the lack of time for self reflection and emotional processing can lead to a buildup of unresolved trauma in the body. This is where practices like mindfulness, meditation, and Qigong become invaluable. Health, the importance of being present with one's emotions and using breath and awareness to process grief is, is how we work through our way through in Qigong. Now, by incorporating such practices into our daily lives, we can begin to release the emotional blockages that contribute to large intestine dysfunction. Furthermore, the large intestine's connection to the lower burner or the lower part of the body, according to the complete guide to acupressure, underscores its role in grounding and stability. When we experience emotional trauma, this grounding can be disrupted, leading to feelings of instability and disconnection from our physical bodies. Acupressure and other holistic practices can help restore this balance by stimulating specific points that promote emotional release and physical relaxation. The large intestine's function is also intricately linked to the health of the nervous system. When we experience trauma, the body's fight or flight response can become chronically activated, leading to a state of constant stress. Now, this can impair the large intestine's ability to function properly as the body redirects energy to more immediate survival needs. By addressing the underlying emotional trauma and promoting a state of parasympathetic dominance, we can support the large intestine's natural healing processes. In conclusion, the large intestine serve as a mirror for our emotional health, reflecting the unresolved trauma and grief that we carry. By acknowledging this connection and taking steps to address both our physical and emotional well-being, we can support the large intestine's vital functions and promote overall health and healing. This holistic approach, rooted in ancient wisdom and supported by modern research, offers a path to healing that honors the complex interplay between mind, body, and the spirit. Okay, so some scientific studies which have been linking digestive disorders to chronic stress and emotional pain. There are a few connections in this intricate dance of mind and body which are as profound or as often overlooked as the one between digestive health and our emotional well being. Now, chronic stress and emotional pain, often dismissed as mere psychological states, have been shown to have tangible, measurable impacts on our digestive systems. This section dwells into the scientific studies that illuminates this complex relationship, revealing how our gut health can be a mirror of our emotional landscape. The gut brain axis is a well documented phenomenon where the central nervous system communicates with the enteric nervous system, the network of neurons that governs the gastrointestinal system. Now, this bidirectional communication means that emotional stress can directly influence gut function, and gut health can affect our emotional state. Research has shown that chronic stress can lead to a condition known as leaky gut, where the lining of the small intestine becomes permeable, allowing the bacteria and toxins to enter the bloodstream. Now, this can trigger inflammation and a host of digestive disorders from IBS to IBD, and which is irritable bowel syndrome and the inflammatory bowel disease. Emotional pain, particularly grief and trauma, manifest physically in the digestive system. Those who have experienced significant
Sorry,
emotional.
sorry to interrupt you. Uh, to the list of these diseases, inflammatory diseases, you can add autoimmune disorders also.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Okay.
They are also
So
associated with gut.
any kind that is also gut related?
Yes, like
Mm.
rheumatoid arthritis, uh,
Mm-hmm.
or even
Mm.
like the inflammatory bowel diseases. They are also sort of autoimmune related in to some extent.
I mean, yeah. I mean, once your immunity or immune system is down, then you can put everything in that category, no?
What they say is that because of the leaky gut, the
Mm-hmm.
the toxins and the bacteria which are not supposed to actually enter your system, they can enter your system and they can disturb the immune function, its normal way of recognizing foreign from self. So that gets disturbed and it starts attacking its own cells. So that is an autoimmune disease.
Yeah, it starts to it loses its power to identify,
Yes.
and
The
it starts
confusion.
eating itself. Yeah, the confusion happens there. So the more confusion in the nervous system because of the you know, the pain, and there's no clarity in the heart. You're going through a lot of emotional kind of a trauma. So that clarity is not there in the brain itself, in your heart, in your mind, in your brain. And that clarity, the confusion is shown in the gut.
Yeah.
And then the gut, that's where the cells and everything, the immune system just gets confused, and it says it doesn't know what is right, what is wrong, and in a very simple layman's language. No?
And also, apart from the nervous communication between the brain and the gut, there's
Mm-hmm.
one very important factor which plays part. It is the gut microbiome.
Yeah. Mm.
Because the bacteria which inhabit our gut, they
Mm.
can be very simply divided into two types, which are good or bad.
Yeah.
So the signaling which comes from the good bacteria is actually it works in our favor in terms of satiety, emotional health. Uh,
Mm.
they control a lot of these signals going to the brain. So the kind of food we eat, it really matters.
Wow. Yes. So food is the first medicine.
Yes. Good
Good
food
food.
will
Good food.
support good bacteria. Mm.
Do you know this definition of good food is like so overrated? Um, Actually, it's like when I do these health camps. I have attended these nature cure hygiene health camps, and it's just raw food. It's just raw food. It's fasting and raw food, And I've seen miracles happening there. Literally, I've seen miracles happening there. And then I, I have explored so many methods over the years, and I can't say which one worked. They all worked. It's like it starts healing in stages,
Mm-hmm.
whatever happens. So it's like, you have crossed one stage. Okay, you have fed yourself raw food for. I fed myself raw food for a year, entire year. You know, it was the most amazing part of my life where um, the body started its healing process there. I never fasted though, but was completely on raw fruits and raw veggies. No cooked food at all. There was no salt, there was no salt. Now, when people would listen to this, they would say, "Oh my God, you would have lost lot of muscle," or "Where did you get your proteins from? What did you get this from?" I was perfectly fine. There was so much of energy, and yes, I lost a lot of weight, and I was absolutely lean. And but the energy part was like so immense. It was not something which which people say that, oh, if you don't eat this kind of food, then you will have no energy.
Mm-hmm.
It's the mindset. It's a very strong mindset to be able to retain yourself. Like I was enjoying that kind of food. Then from there, I went on to various therapies. Like I was suggesting someone, I mean, just now, like to get into um, craniosacral therapy, got into a lot of brain related, where the brain was unlocked. It opened up. Once this opened up, then I realized, oh my God, then my Qigong practices. That has always been my base, which has led me from one practice to another. So it's, yeah, this food, like we were talking about the food, it's like, but when it comes to gut, it is very interesting for me first. Why this, like I mentioned last time also, why this very topic is very close to my heart is because I went through chronic asthma for 25 years, and then which later developed into a lot of very serious gut issues. And, you know, so
You must be
yeah,
taking steroids for your asthma, probably.
they did put me on steroids for a year, and without me actually realizing the that I have been put on steroids, they guessed that everyone knows. No, I didn't know because I was not in this field at all. But the family pressure was like, you can't handle your life without the medicine. How can you do it? You have to go on medication. For a year, I was on that, and the side effects were horrendous. Okay, horrendous. I put on a lot of weight. I lost hair. There was pigmentation on my face. I was always irritable, and no energies, nothing. But the crazy part is 365 days I took that medication. Yes, of course, I did not get the knee attack. 366th day, I did not take the medication. I had an attack. And I was like, okay, this is not working. Took the entire thing, dumped it, and I said, no medication from today onwards. Whatever happens, let it happen. I can't breathe. What will happen? I'll die. Okay, chodo. No one is going to take me to the hospital. No one is going to do anything. No one is going to go bring my pap or do all that. It was an act of complete trust and defiance, and towards the societal norms and conditions, complete trust in the universe. And I cried and I howled. And I told him, you will take care. I don't know. I have no idea. You will take care. Trust me, Savita, from that day onwards, I was taken. That is when my journey started. That is from that day onwards, I was taken from one space to another, from one healing section to another, one person to another. I was just literally handled, and I just kept saying yes. I said, वो तो करके देख ही लिया है, अभी इसको भी करके देख लेते हैं क्या होता है, होगा क्या, है ना, ज्यादा से ज्यादा क्या होगा. ऑलरेडी एक तरफ से डिसाइड कर ही लिया है कि भाई, ओके, आई एम गोइंग टू लाइक, if I can't breathe, then I'm going to knock myself out. Fine, big deal. But the healing journey started from that time. The day the decision was made with absolute clarity, and that in the heart that I'm going to get out of it. No way. I was already practicing Tai Chi, but Qigong came my way. Then, like I said, this nature camps started coming up, and I redid it, my Reiki thing all over again. I like that, various healing model. I ended up learning these. When I experienced these, I ended up learning. I said, wow, I want to learn. I want to know how it is happening, what is happening inside me. I want to know the process, what happened to me inside when they did it and I did not wheeze. What happened when somebody did Reiki for me? What is it? And I started feeling inside my body and I started listening to my body more and more, went deeper. And the last straw definitely is the craniosacral therapy and the chi healing, which I experienced with the teachers, where I realized that the entire body under that stress of fight and flight mode just goes like this. And we have been living like this for years, or at least I was living like this for years because I was supposed to be the superwoman, right?
Mm.
I was taking care. I was a businesswoman. I was a mother. I was a wife. I was a karateka. I was a all India player and whatnot. And I was playing these roles to the hilt. I have to be the best. I'm the good girl. I have to be the best. 24/7. You can't live. A human being is not meant to live under stress and that fight and flight mode 24/7. Yes, you need it, but not 24/7. That is how people are living these days, right? So you're not supposed to be there at that particular moment in that space. You do what you need to do and you come back. So I learned the art of relaxation. I would call it a science of relaxation. And Qigong, Tai Chi, and Qigong helped me so much on this journey of slowing down, of learning and to listen to my body, to be just alert and awake, to be alive to myself. Not this, but who I am inside. It was a journey towards myself. It was a journey towards knowing myself, you know. So, yeah, yes, all these things are very important, but everything, this is the most important part. But yes, food a lot, practices a lot, and the therapies a lot, the mindset a lot, the environment and the space
Mm. Right.
a lot. I literally shifted to the mountains. That's why I love the mountains because they opened my perspective towards the fact that there is another life outside these four walls, outside my town, outside my city, outside my literally my country. Like
Mm.
I started traveling so much to see, to meet new people and see how they're living life. They are not, it's not mandatory that you have to get married, that you have to study, that you have to have children, that you have to have business and you have to be successful, you have to have money in your bank. Like I broke, literally debunked so many myths for myself. and I call them myths now. So that's all about my journey. So I've tried to put it little bit so that it becomes interesting for people. I haven't put my story into it, but I what I've done with this little booklet which I made is little that give them people little more facts from here and there so that because acupressure works. Oh, I tried acupuncture. So lots. I tried Siddha medicines. Ayurveda that didn't suit me at all. But I ended up because of these medicines have a lot of heavy metals also in them. Huh?
Mhm.
So I ended up finally, so my gut started like dysfunctioning. So I ended up going to for ozone therapies and clination. So बाहर से भी हेल्प लिया है बट ऑल्टरनेटिव ही लिया है इनटेक कुछ नहीं है but touch wood I am so blessed that there is like I forget कि भाई कभी wheezing होती थी yeah you know gut
Right.
acts up still it does because it has become really chronic so it has to be see Sam medically there is no answer to it they can't do anything with it
Right.
क्या करेंगे कोई है कुछ उसका कोई कुछ है इंतजाम other than like what is there they said oh correct अपना फूड कम करो ये दवाई खा लो ये कर लो yo I'm
Feel
not
like,
going into that so I manage with my food with my practices and yeah working further towards it which is okay it's already getting better I was so lean, I've started putting on weight. So I'm like, okay, so that means what I'm eating is probably being absorbed by the body.
mm,
So, it's just that I have to, from time to time, to see whether it's the nutrients which is being absorbed or what. But आज के food में तो anyways there are no nutrients left.
yeah.
So, well, forget it. It's a long topic, all these things. So,
I took you a little away from your.
no, but then it's good. It's a good discussion. Thank you for that. So that's okay. Yeah. So there is a compelling piece of evidence that the individuals with IBS reported higher levels of anxiety and depression than those without the condition. The study suggested that the gut biome, the community of microorganisms living in the gut, plays a crucial role in regulating mood and emotional responses. That is why people end up drinking वो क्या है वो gut के microbes जो आते हैं वो there's a small drink which comes. I have to increase.
Probiotics. Pro-
हाँ pro
Probiotics.
probiotics and all that.
Yakult.
I don't know.
Yeah, cool.
Ha, Yakult. But I don't know how much that helps because I have never drank one. I just don't trust anything that comes in a bottle. Simple, which is kept on a shelf and it comes in a bottle. Sorry, I
There
don't
are
I
many
don't
other
take it.
better natural ways to uh,
Of
help.
course, of course, of course. I'm sure there are so many more. But yeah, recently I'm dwelling a lot into the frequency healing. So what happens is now um, the energy levels of the organs can be measured through the this tool where the sound waves are the various frequencies are emitted uh, by a machine, and it goes connects and it bounces back, and the monitor and the this particular reader is there. It reads, so it starts reading the bounced back energy thing, and then it makes charts out a report and says like, oh yeah, probably your kidneys are at this level, energy levels. Your stomach is here at this level, your liver is in this heart, you're in this. And the interesting part is that somehow the system has, they have already fed that in the software that the original frequency or the energy of a particular organ is so, is A. So, but it is running in minus A. So what they do is they emit the frequency for that organ, so that the original frequency, so that it comes into its original frequency, which is A. So, I have seen these devices, and it's very interesting. So, let's see. And I read somewhere recently that there is a hospital in Pune, which is using these sound waves to with the help of AI and the robotics, to focus these sound waves on the tumors precisely and freeze it, and so that it stops its growth. Not only stops, it kind of like freezes it, and you are rid of that specific ailment, because it's like tumor sound wave, and with the AI and the robotic pin this thing, they're focusing the sound waves onto the tumor, and it just kind of like freezes. So very interesting, non-invasive thing, and they're working on the. But of course, technology is the same. It was found in Russia during the World War, and it was used for something else. And now this system is coming and being introduced a lot more into the thing. So, very interesting. I've been saying that I want to lay my hand on one of these machines. So, they're not so, they're very effective, because I experimented on myself. So, I know how it is. Always the experiment is on myself first. I'm the scapegoat. People just wonder, how can you do it? I say, well, that's me. I jump and then I look for a parachute. It's just that I know this is going to work for me. I mean, I won't go try anything and everything. Okay, so the study suggested, right? Um, so the role of the large intestine in processing emotional trauma is particularly noteworthy. The traditional Chinese medicine TCM views the large intestines as responsible for letting go of waste, both physical and emotional. When we hold on to emotional pain, it can manifest as constipation, bloating, the other digestion. Did I read through it? Yeah, it can, emotional stress can also slow down gut mobility, leading to constipation and other digestive issues. Okay. Okay. The case studies have shown that individuals who have experienced prolonged grief or trauma often develop chronic digestive disorders. So, the Journal of Psychosomatic Research found that individuals who had lost a loved one more likely to develop IBS within the first year of their loss. The stress of grief could trigger changes in the gut microbiome, leading to digestive symptoms. Understanding this connection is crucial for anyone seeking to improve their digestive health. Recognizing the early warning signs of the organ stress from emotions can help prevent the development of chronic digestive disorders. But we hardly realize it until unless it's actually manifested, because we have been taught to say that, oh, it's okay, the time will heal you, move on, don't sit and cry, don't do this, chhod do usko, move on. I think it is very important to address the grief. Otherwise, like I mentioned last time, that you just suppress it. You're going to put it on the carpet. What is suppressed and has not found expression will lead you to illness and disease. So, symptoms bloating, constipation, diarrhea, abdominal pain can all be indicators of emotional stress manifesting in the digestive system. By addressing both the physical and emotional aspects of these symptoms, individuals can achieve a more holistic approach to health and well being. This holistic approach not only improves digestive function but also enhances overall emotional well being, creating a healthier, more balanced life. The gut brain axis, how emotions influence the intestinal health and vice versa. The gut brain axis, a bi-directional communication system between the central nervous system and the entire nervous system, which governs the function of the gastrointestinal tract. This vital connection highlights how our emotional states can profoundly impact our intestinal health and vice versa. The gut brain axis, the understanding is crucial for anyone seeking to improve their overall well being. It's a complex network. This axis is a complex network of neurons, hormones, and neurotransmitters that facilitate communication between the brain and the gut. Now, this nervous enteric nervous system, often referred to as the second brain, contains more neurons than the spinal cord and can function independently of the brain. Now, this system is responsible for controlling digestion, nutrient absorption, and the maintenance of the intestinal barrier. Of course, stress, anxiety, and depression can disrupt the balance of gut microbiota, leading to the inflammation and increased permeability of the intestinal lining. This condition, known as leaky gut, allows undigested food particles and toxins to enter the bloodstream, triggering immune responses and potentially leading to chronic inflammation and disease. And it can produce, the gut microbiome can produce neurotransmitters such as serotonin and dopamine, which are essential for mood regulation and mental well being. Yeah, the large intestines is associated with the emotion of grief. When the grief is not properly processed, it can manifest as physical symptoms. Now, okay, little bit science is coming in here. This is where I took some help. So, chronic stress can alter the composition of gut microbiota, reducing beneficial bacteria and increasing pathogenic species. This is what you were mentioning. And this imbalance or dysbiosis can lead to a range of health issues, including the IBS and the IBD, and even mental health disorders. And what happens is this becomes like a cycle. It's like who came first? It's very difficult then later on to find out what came first. Was it the egg or the chicken or the hen? So whether it's the emotion or the illness and the emotional disruption. So you get caught up in that cycle. So practices such as mindfulness, meditation, deep breathing, tai chi, qigong, yoga can reduce stress and promote a healthy emotional state. Acupuncture helps a lot. Most of these healing practices help a lot. Additionally, consuming a diet rich in fiber, probiotics, and prebiotics can help and support a diverse and resilient gut microbiome. Herbal remedies, such as those containing skullcap and violet leaf, have been traditionally used to calm the nerves and support the digestive system, offering a natural approach to balancing the gut brain axis. Now, there was a very interesting time when I tried Ayurveda from the south. It just didn't work for me. And then I shifted to Ayurveda from the Himalayas. And that had a profound effect on my gut health. Now, what is Ayurveda? But it's the it's how these Himalayan herbs are grown at a higher range of height and different atmosphere, whereas the ones which is deep down here in the south, it's a different process altogether. These medicinal herbs are somehow my body did not adjust to that. Like my body can't adjust to low lying um, heights. I need to be on higher levels of the mountains and mountainous region for me to be able to be adapt. So, so what works for you or someone else will might not work for anyone else. So you have to be very careful with that aspect. People just go generic, like हाँ मेरे को इधर फर्क पड़ा, so let me also go there. आप भी उधर जाके करो. It's you have to start listening to your body. There is no shortcut to that. Well, there are many natural detoxification methods to release emotional and physical toxins. And breathing helps a lot. Mindful breathing, or simply paying attention to the breath exactly as it is. Um, that is the method of Vipassana, as it is. There are no changes. We do not slow down, we do not fastinate, we do not hold. There are no mudras, there are no kriyas, nothing, as it is. Um, that is definitely the Vipassana way of doing it. And it helps a lot. But you have to have that kind of mental space to be able to sit through that, to be able to observe and witness yourself. Because if it's a psychosomatic thing, then you are already anxious. And when the mindful breath work of as it is brings up, um, most people want to run away because they don't want to see themselves. They don't want to know who they are. They don't, you need courage to face your own self. It's the most important thing. So, but yeah, it helps. And how it helps is that you pay attention to the breath exactly as it is. And while breathing is a natural process, it also has nourishing powers. Mindful breathing soothes and heals the mind, body, and spirit. By focusing on our breath, we can calm our nervous system, reduce stress, and create a sense of inner peace. Now, that's what I found that when we are practicing Tai Chi or when we are practicing Qigong, you are automatically led into that space. You are automatically slow down. Your mind automatically calms down because it's focusing only on one movement and it's a repetitive movement. And then body starts to relax, and then the mind and body starts to connect. And then in that space, the breath really slows down. And as that breath slows down, it starts to create a sense of inner peace. And this practice can be particularly beneficial for those experiencing grief or emotional pent up turmoil. And it helps you to ground you. It helps you to bring you to the present movement and not linger on with the incident or situation which has already happened. So it makes it and it is this process also significantly improves the immune function and the overall health, making it a very powerful tool for detoxification. When you're in the present movement, you are without judgment. And that's a very powerful space to be in. And it allows us to observe our thoughts and emotions as they arise, acknowledging them without being overwhelmed by them. So, and it's also, like I said, it's very, very good for people who are dealing with grief, as it provides a way to process emotions in a very healthy and a constructive manner. That it also helps reduce symptoms of anxiety, depression, and stress, making it an invaluable tool for emotional healing. So, when we are in movement, there is a gentle pressure which is being applied. And because most of these organs are placed in the channels and meridians of our hands and feet, there are these when we move, this pressure actually starts goes to the body on the body to stimulate the flow of energy and promotes healing. Now, the pericardium meridian, for example, is closely connected to the heart and can be a powerful tool for releasing emotional blockages. So, you know, so there is PC6 or Niguan, which is the sixth point of the pericardium meridian, which creates a sense of calm and balance, helping to release stored emotions and promote overall well-being. So a lot of herbs, tinctures, homeopathic, teas providing gentle yet effective way to support emotional healing. Violet leaves, skullcap, California poppy, it helps them to calm frazzled nerves and promote a sense of tranquility. Physical movement, of course, that's what Qigong and yoga or exercise. But exercise, you have to be very careful because when you're already in a form of anxious movement, will become very heavy on the body. And then what happens is we tend to put pressure on the joints. And that is where the emotions will go and get locked and blocked. And then that's where the pain shoots out. The pain has to come out but it comes out because in these areas because it gets locked there. So it should not be definitely a heavy exercise. People get into running, but then they end up damaging their joints because the pain will come out from the joints there if you're going to do such heavy workouts. So gym is definitely now big no-no until unless that you have a very good teacher who's monitoring you, a good instructor who's monitoring you continuously. Mm. Okay, all right. I think yeah, we can kind of bring this to a close. Anything that you would like to share, and we can look at.
Seems we are the only two in the
Yeah, it's. I guess it's not everyone's.
yeah, probably.
It's okay. It's a part and parcel of. We keep doing what we have to do. I keep doing what I have to do. Those who those who want to get the benefits, they will.
Yeah. I like because it gives me a different perspective.
Hmm. Yeah, definitely. You should look into this frequency generating technology which has come up. It's pretty much in usage in quite a few open countries like Asian countries,
Okay.
not so popular still in Europe or this thing. Getting there, but because of its, it's very because it's too easy. Very easily you can be killed off. So it's definitely
Yes.
uh, an attack onto the existing system, which people think it's an attack, but according to me, it's the most amazing thing because that's how and where you can really help so many people. Yeah.
Mm.
Cool.
Anything of this sort is usually put under the carpet because of fear of challenging the the norms
Yeah.
and of
Yeah.
course the monetary issues with big pharma companies.
Yeah. Yeah. Hmm. Awesome. Take care. But yeah, anything else you like to share? We can close this then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Lovely. Thank you for being there throughout, Savita. Take care.
Yeah.
Bye.
Hi, good night.
Good night.